This is going to be different to my usual content. This is going to be me sharing something that I'm actually quite excited about. It's rather geeky, childish to a degree. But I like to raise awareness to things that maybe current generations are maybe not aware of, or people just didn't realize what something was. And this is in the gaming field. So I don't want to sort of like send people down a rabbit hole, really, of thinking something's exciting that maybe they don't perceive to be exciting. So there's something I've been wanting to get for a few years, like literally a few years. It's been on my mind. I never got around to getting it. I've always felt that it's overpriced because I already own a variation of it, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to really just get straight to it, just to explain it. So I've literally just bought this. I'm going to wait for it to come. It's literally just a game disc and a platform that plugs into a console. Now, that's all it is. And that's why I think it's expensive. So effectively, Lego Dimensions is a game where you get characters to put on the little platform there, and they will literally teleport into the world. So I think you can have 2 characters. I can't remember exactly, and then you can have sort of like vehicles and things. You just chop and as soon as you lift them off, they disappear from the game. Now, they all come in little character packs. They were range from about £10-20 each ish at the time. And you can bet your ass now they're expensive, because you can't buy them anymore. So effectively, the used market is all that exists. And that's why these base versions are also expensive. So I just got it for £35. I was dithering, but I remember when I was looking maybe a year or so ago, they were like £60. And I'm thinking, what it is, I moved to PlayStation. I had it on Xbox, and I moved to PlayStation. So I already have the characters that are quite expensive. So I don't have to buy the characters again because they work on any other platforms. But the platforms, these little box things, they're specific to the consoles. So there's an Xbox 360 version, there's an Xbox One version, which works with the Series X. You've got a PS3, there's another one that's PS3, PS4, and Wii U. So obviously I've only got Xbox versions. I didn't have the PlayStation one. So not only did I need the disc, I need the platform. So, and with them being rare, the prices have skyrocketed. If you actually wanted the box of it, a sealed box, I think it's about over £100, £150. I can't remember now. It's crazy. And that's if you don't have anything, that's the starter pack. And that only comes with like the characters that it shows on the box there. Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, Batman, and one from, I think it's Lego Story. Is it Lego Story? I don't even know now. I've never seen the show. I don't watch the one of that. So put into context here, look, I've got 2 games. I have the 360 version and I have an Xbox One version. I have a 360 in my bedroom. I've got my daughter's got Xbox One X in her bedroom, and that's all well and good. But the 360 version is going to be a bit dated. I'm not a big fan of using the controller that often. I want to be able to just play it in the living room. And that's where the PS5 is. So I want to be able to play it in the living room. And like I said, what's made me get it, even though it's £35, then I was like, I don't know. It's not like a huge amount of money, is it? But when you look at what you're getting, it's like it's a bit of a. It doesn't seem the best value. But when I know the value, how much it would normally cost, it stands to reason. Because what I was thinking long term is, I'm guessing it's going to need an update to work on the PS5. So maybe you put the disc in and then be an update or a software update. So ideally, what I need to do is get it installed and keep it installed, because you never know if it will work out the box in the future if you don't have it installed. So I just want to get it pre-installed, and that's why I didn't want to wait any longer, because if the game doesn't get recognized, you're screwed. Now, of course, if you've got a PS4 console, you wouldn't have any issue. I just don't know about the PS5. But yeah, so like for instance, I want it in the living room, so I'm going to get a USB extending cable, so you can just make the cable a bit longer, and I can have it on a coffee table, and then in the living room. So like when my daughter's home or something, we can just enjoy playing it together, and it is so cool. I don't think most people even remember what it is, let alone realize how cool it was. I was so annoyed when they discontinued it. Because we was randomly collecting the characters we like. It was just like, get that this week, and then a few weeks later we get another character, and that's how we was building it all. And then all of a sudden they discontinued it, and it's so annoying because some of the characters come with their own worlds, so that they were obviously a bit more money because it come with more data. So some characters were just literally characters, and they would just go into the world. So let's say you was playing a Harry Potter level. You could have the Simpsons. You could have Bart, Homer Simpson, Marge, Maggie. I think it's Maggie. You can have them just warp into the game. So all of a sudden you've got Homer Simpson walking around the Harry Potter universe. You could have Gandalf. You could have Batman. You could have the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz. You could have E.T. You could have the Gremlins, like Gizmo and things. This is like mad. But like I said, some of them come with their own world. So I remember, I'm pretty sure there's a Back to the Future world. I think there might be a Ghostbusters world. Because I haven't played it in a while, I can't remember all the little universes, but they had literally levels to play through. And it's incredible. Like, I think it's great. Kids would absolutely love it. This generation of kids would love it. But like I said, the introduction to it now, the price point to get into it is expensive. Because like I said, that's £35 just for the base plate and the game disc. When it get released, it come with 3 characters to start you off. You don't even have characters. So anyone starting now would either have to buy the starter pack or get something like this, or buy the disc separately and the platform separately. You have to see what the cheapest way to do it, and then buy like individual characters. But like I say, I've got loads. Like here's our one. I don't know if you can see it all through there. I mean, I was going to take them out individually, but I think this is a good way of doing it. Yeah, this is a good way. So as you can see, you've got Gizmo from Gremlins, but we've also got Spike. I think is it Spike? Is it Spike? I think it's Spike. But I think these are cool just to have as Lego pieces in general. If you was building Lego, we've got Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter characters. We've got Gandalf. I haven't got the dwarfs and things. We've even got the one from Goonies. And he'll morph in there. He'll be just physically strong. We've got Superman who can just fly all over the place. Got the Joker. I think I got Harley Quinn. Yeah, Harley Quinn. She's got a hammer. And they come with like vehicles as well. We've got E.T. Let me just see that outfit. He's E.T. I think is awesome. So he'll turn up in there and he's got his little, I think it's a phone for him. E.T. phone home. We got Homer. We got Bart. So usually it's like usually the boxes come with 2 characters. I've actually got a box of that spare. I bought a brand new box because I thought they might be worth money one day. So I grabbed them when they got discontinued. But it's the only one I think I grabbed that was spare. But because we got the game on 360 and Xbox One, we got the starter pack. So I've got 2 of these Batmans. So we got 2 Batmans, 2 Gandalfs, and 2 of the other one. Let me see if we get 2 Batmans. That's why we got 2 Batmans. I don't think you can spawn them together in the game. I don't know if you can have 2 of the same character in the level. But yeah, I might even try and collect some more myself. But we've got the Ghostbusters crew. So that's just the people. If we just get the people there, and like I say, each of those little groups of characters, like 2 Ghostbuster characters or 2 of the others, I don't know what they cost now, but they're going to be about £15 to £30. If one's incredibly rare, who knows what it'll cost. But the vehicles really help. So for instance, if you've got this is for the Joker. It's the helicopter, but it shoots rockets and stuff, so you can cause havoc with that. Just start breaking all the things up to try and grab all the coins. We've got the TV from Simpsons. So what it is, it's not the toy, it's not the Lego piece it recognises, it's these base plates. So at some point you registered, so you'd register that to the thing, and then it would know that's now the Simpsons. So I've got this one. Some of them are just spares, but some of them actually have data on them, and some are loose. So for instance, I've got the ship. Oh, I've lost the little tail end now. I had it a minute ago. Well, anyway, we've got this little ship. And that's the one from the Goonies. This is the Goonies ship. But I haven't got the bottom. So it's either going to be the bottom, this piece, or the other piece. So all you do when the game starts, usually I think it's the orange ones are the vehicles. But anyway, so I put that on, and it would say what the character is. So you actually don't even need the Lego. You just need these. But obviously it makes sense and more fun if we've got the pieces. So if that comes up and it says, for instance, it's the Hogwarts train, then obviously I put the Hogwarts train on it, and and that's how I'll figure it all out. But again, yeah, we've got the Hogwarts train. That's pretty cool. And like I said, I think even if you're not playing the game, I think to have these little Lego pieces, I think are fun too. Camera, I think that's from Gremlins. Then we've also got I can't remember what you call it now, where it collects all the ghosts in Ghostbusters. That's Simpsons' car. We've got the car from Harry Potter. You want to get stuck in the tree. Got 2 different variations of Ghostbuster cars. So one's this they're both like half size, but they're like one's retro and one's the new modern one. Can't remember how that come to be. Bart's got his own little go-karty thing. I'm trying to do that. But do you know what I mean? So like, what you do, you'd get that, and then you'd put it on you put it on the base plate, and it'll morph into the game. And then in the game, you'd pick the universes yeah, so it helps with the characters. It creates this thing. Now, as you saw in that picture, it doesn't come with the back, but I've already got the back here. We've also got Ghostbusters back, and I think there might be another one as well, but they've all fallen to pieces. And in all honesty, I don't know how to rebuild it. But you don't need this back bit; it just looks cool. So, like, if a game was loaded and I put that on there, all of a sudden Bart's go-kart's in the game. So any character can then jump on Bart's go-kart, you know. So it all makes sense. It's all worth having. And like I say, I was only really collecting the characters I want. I'm trying to think if there's any missing. I don't know if there was any Star Wars characters or not. I don't think there was. But yeah, I'll probably have a look, see if there's any characters missing, because I don't need all of them. So even if something seems a bit overpriced, it's like, but I don't need all the characters, you know. I only if it fulfills the need, then why not? There is this one I'm actually thinking about. Where's he gone? We got Voldemort, and we got the Sniffler. Is it Stifler? The one that grabs all the jewellery in Fantastic Beasts. But there is another one I was looking at. We got Bane from Batman. So of course, you know, they've all got their own abilities that go with it. But like I say, because I'm on a PlayStation, and for me, I'm just thinking long term. Like I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, but I'm not playing it because I'm not on my free. I don't really play the 360 a lot. It's really for specific games for nostalgic reasons. My daughter's not home enough. She's here home in the holidays, and she just doesn't use the game console as much as she did back it in the past. So I'm not gonna. I don't see the point of moving all that around just for one game when I really just need to just get this once. Just get it this once, and it's done. And then literally, effectively, we can play this in any room. So if I want to play it on a 360 on my TV in the bedroom, I can, because it's not confined. As long as we've got the base plate and you've got the corresponding discs. So we have that, and I think, like I said, it's discontinued. So it's actually holding on to something that's incredibly rare now. And it's only going to become more rare as time goes on, especially the characters. But I think personally the base plate is the thing that's going to be, because you might find a disc, but if you haven't got the base plate, it's pointless. So yeah, I think to have the 360 version, the Xbox One version, and then the PlayStation variant that works with the Wii as well, apart from the disc. The disc obviously won't work with the Nintendo. But from my understanding, PS4 is backwards compatible with PS5, so it should be fine. I'm hoping it's perfectly fine. But yeah, it keeps it alive, doesn't it? And it's like I said, because the base characters work on any of them, I just think it just it allows you to morph into whatever you want to do, you know. So this is something I would never sell. It is something I would never sell because I was annoyed when they stopped selling it, and I know how hard it's going to be and how expensive it'd be now to go and collect what we have. It'll be too much money to go and do all that. But like I said, I just think it just adds it adds immersion to it. You know, like the fact that you've got these universes where you can literally just throw ET and like even things like Gizmo from Gremlins, and you can just chuck them into a world. Yeah. So the fact that I'm pretty sure there's a Back to the Future one. I may be wrong. I think there might be Back to the Future, which begs the question: is there a Back to the Future pack I haven't got? That's something to consider. So there are packs. See, there's plenty of packs I haven't got. I haven't got Ninjago ones because I'm not into Ninjago. Is it Lego Story? Oh, I can't remember what you call it. But anyway, yeah, there's another one. So that I haven't got those characters. So I haven't got the base Lego ones that are nothing to do with anything else. Yeah, I can't remember now. But yeah, I think we've got the best ones, to be totally honest. There might be a couple of variations that we don't quite have. But again, it's the reality. It's really hard to explain it all. There's certain sections, and they do this with Lego games in general anyway, but there'll be certain areas in the game. So let's say I'm playing a game and there's like a hidden area or an area that you've got to use a specific type of character, not the specific exact character, but type character. So there'll be characters that are like powerful characters. There'll be other characters that can dig. Oh, I think there's a Scooby-Doo variant as well, actually, thinking about it. And so if there's something to dig for treasure, for instance, you would need one of them that dig. I think the Sniffler thing, the Niffler, I think that one can dig. So if you've got a type of character not in your set, you won't be able to unlock everything in the game. That's where the problem is. But like I say, I think it's great because you don't have to keep them on the board. Like for instance, if I let's say you wanted to build something with Lego, and you wanted to characters, like you can take Bart off it. Now you've got Bart as just a Lego character anyway. You can play with your Legos. But then if you want him on here, you put him back on his thing, and it's quite obvious because the character ones have have like little insignia. See, this one's got like slingshots, we know, and the colours match Bart. But ideally, you want to keep him on the platform wherever you can. But then, like I say, if you want to play, so like I think personally, even if you didn't have Lego Dimensions, I'm pretty sure having a Lego variant of Gizmo from Gremlins is pretty damn cool. That's pretty cool. Like my daughter was definitely, she won't let me, like even in the box here and me just playing with it. I guarantee you, even though I'm the one that bought all of them, guarantee you she will cling to this for dear life because she's absolutely mental about Gremlins. And ET's cool. So I'm pretty sure the ones she would take off me are literally Gremlin, the ET, Gizmo, Spike. Was it Spike or Stripe? I think Spike. Was it Stripe? I don't freaking know what his name is actually in the thing. And the guy from Goonies, which are all the coolest ones, by the way, because these are like the classic movies, aren't they? What is his name? Is he Spike or Stripe? I think it's Spike because he's got spiky hair. Then he's got stripy arms. Is it Stripe? Spike? I don't know. The one from Bad Guy in Gremlins. Pretty cool. But yeah, we could do with getting some more. And I might still try and collect most of them because I just think they're rare and it's worth getting. I know it's been a bit long-winded, such as my excitement. But effectively, I've got this thing where you pay every 2 weeks, so you can split your costs. It's not obviously it's only £35 anyway, but it's just an easier way to go doing things because I'm trying to get my daughter's Christmas presents as well. So it was a case of this is £35 right now. Normally it's 60. It can range all over the bleeding place up to £100, but normally around about 60 just for these things, which I just think is mental. For someone to be selling it for £35, but it said or offer, and I got an email saying someone's made an offer, and I thought, let's say they've made an offer for £30. For the sake of £5, you could miss out on it, and who knows when you see it again. It's not like I go looking all the time. And I just thought, well, there was things I was going to get my daughter for Christmas, but like Christmas isn't till December. So, it's not like if you get it now, you can't get it later. I can get it. I'm not sure how often I'm going to see this. That's my point. So it's like, just get it, and then we're done. Then we're done. And then obviously we can play it on any platform we have around the house, which is pretty cool, isn't it? But like I say, I would never sell them. I wouldn't sell any of the variants because I'm someone who keeps older things. I like collecting VHS tapes. I like collecting all sorts of nostalgic things, cassette, music cassettes. And I've been collecting older, rare Xbox 360 games, even though I don't use it a lot. But you can bet your ass this is going to be one of those. It's a rare Xbox 360 game. So I'm not stupid enough to try and think, because it's the weaker version, because 360, that I'm going to get rid of it because I don't need to get rid of it. And like I said, because we've got the characters, it all just plays. So anyway, it's something worth looking at if someone never heard of it before, because it does work on the new consoles. You've just got to make sure you get the right one. Maybe do a little bit of research as well. And then try and figure out what characters you want, because it's worth doing. I think if you're starting out, I would say definitely look into it, because of course you start with the characters you want, the ones that you think are cool. But like I just said, there's going to be characters that have specific abilities, and you're going to want to have a wide range of abilities. Even if it's not your favorite character, it will do something in the game. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to showcase the game. I would love to be able to just show it. I'm pretty sure Lego Dimensions was on PC. I'm pretty sure there was a PC version of it. But it didn't. I don't think it had the board. I think you just bought the characters and then you have morphed them in. But of course, it's long since discontinued now. So there'll be people who do have access to the PC version, and I could actually record that if I had the PC one. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll try my best in some way. I mean, I could do it in the 360 if it's enough attention. Like if I recognize likes or anything, I might do a video and showcase it on the old other consoles. Or just wait until the PS5 ones comes and we'll see if it works. Probably make more sense, doesn't it? But yeah, this is cool. I don't know if I showed all the things. I showed most of it. Like I said, that is a bit expensive for what you get. You literally just getting the base plate and the game disc. But my base plate literally does not work on PlayStation. They're licensed. They're literally tied to the console. But yeah, I think it's going to be cool. Haven't played it in a long time, just like I said, because of practical reasons. Not because I'm not saying we'd be like to play it all the time either, but it's one of those that once you've got it, you can truly appreciate it for a long time, you know. Because it's a bit like Guitar Hero, you know, like these things were big back in the day, or at least Guitar Hero specifically was. Then I just think gaming's going downhill to a degree. I don't know why they keep cancelling things that are fun. It's weird. It's weird to me. I like Guitar Hero too, so that's something worth collecting as well. If no one's got that, I haven't got that either, and I've sold them a few times over the years when they would first come out. And I'm really annoyed with myself about this one specifically, and I think that's why I've put off buying it, because when they discontinued it, I think there was a PS3 version. I've got a PS3 as well, and it was only cheap. But because I was Xbox mainly, I was like, no, I'm not going to wait. I can't spend any more money on this. But now I see the price of them. Should have just grabbed them because they were getting reduced. It was in like Smith's Toy Shop, which is like in the UK, it's the equivalent of Toys R Us sort of thing. And they were literally just like a storage bin thing when they just placed loads of them in and they were just discounted. Which is why I grabbed another Bart Simpson one that I've got somewhere. And I could literally have had the PlayStation variants. Cheap. But £35 in the overall scheme of things. But you look into the best course of the next few years and stuff, it's going to be that's going to be negligible. You know, it's that £35 bargain. Because I bet your ass, and I'm kidding. I'm going to complete it on once it comes. I'll plug it into my PS5. I'm currently playing The Last of Us 2. I never got around to finishing it, so I'm playing through that, and that's a grind at times because some bits are really hard. But then once I've done that, it'd be fun to do something light-hearted. So why not just jump on the Dimensions, and I might just I might just go through it and complete it. And that's something where you can just play through over and over again. You know, it's not like you play it once and you can't play it again, which you can. And it'd be fun to play with people, you know, co-op. But you've got to respect the pieces because they are fragile and they will obviously break in the same way Lego does. But yeah, this little portal thing, pretty cool. I don't think it's showing it there, but that's effectively what they're showing in the little design there with the glowing and all that stuff. It's literally... So when you load into the game, weirdly enough, I don't know if you actually need that. I'm sure it's just Lego. I'm trying to think now. I'm not sure if there's a piece I need to put here. I need to figure it out. Because effectively, you'll launch in and this will be the world. But there is a way to launch into the Ghostbusters world, I think, as well. Like the meeting point before you start. I can't remember now. I'll have to look into it. But anyway, Lego Dimensions available on PS3, PS4, by extension PS5, the Wii U, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and by extension Series X should work too. Huh. So all the generations effectively from Xbox 360 and PS3 era, and then goes through. Apart from your handhelds like Switch and stuff, it's not on that. But yeah, worth grabbing, really. I mean, I said £35. You're not going to get the bundle I've got now for £35. The next step up, I think, was £60. But if you keep your eye out, you probably get a deal. And that's specifically on the PS4 version. So if someone's looking for an Xbox version, I can't say if it's cheaper or not. I didn't look because I'm not looking. Why do I need it? I got it. If you try and go use, like, for instance, that's eBay. If you go on in the UK, for instance, if you go CEX, they only sell sealed copy. So CEX, for some reason, they don't sell it if it's open. I don't know why. I understand, like, you'd want the that Lego thing we just showed, the thing I've got in the background. I think it's just because of that, which is stupid. So if someone's just trying to sell the platform or just the disc, they won't take it. They won't take it. You'd have to get it on eBay. But if you want to get it from CX, it would be sealed, so it'd be brand new, but it's going to cost you 150 quid. £150 for a game. It's mad. But it is rare, though, so... But I personally wouldn't do that. I just think it's pointless. You don't... It depends how invested you are. You don't need that back thing, the thing I've just shown there. You just need the platform. It doesn't change the immersion. It's just that when you load the game, it's interesting to see that the beginning area you go to before you jump into portals and stuff is literally the same as the Lego piece you've got there. So it's like, oh, this is cool. But you don't need it. So like, I would just go on eBay, find the best price you can get for the base pad and the game, and then see, compare that to how much it would cost to buy individual pieces, because someone might sell the whole starter pack that comes with the 3 characters I mentioned, because you've got to have someone to start with. It won't work unless you put a character on the board. So it's either buy a starter pack, which would be good if you got a box. Like I've got the boxes for the Xbox versions, so for like value and things, that's pretty cool. But I won't have it for this one because they haven't got the box. But you don't need it. I would say just get the VAT wherever you can. But even if it's 50, £60, for me personally, I still think it's worth it. It's just because I've got the other variants that is like £60 is always too much. But if you can get a starter pack, it's £60. Just think brand new games are like £60 anyway. And for me, Lego Dimensions is going to be better than most of the stuff that's out now. And it opens up a whole world. You can just buy a random collection, but just make sure if you buy the pieces that it's got the little round bit at the bottom. Because if someone ever just sells the pieces and it hasn't got the round bit on the bottom, it ain't going to connect to the game. It's just like putting plastic on top. It doesn't know what it is. It needs the little circle things, because there's like a magnetic strip or something in it, and it interacts with the board. It's like a barcode. And then I think beyond that, if we're just deviating too far, there is other variant like games that are similar. So I think it started really with Skydivers. If I'm right, Skydivers. I never got into that, but that started off with little pieces you put on the board, and then you can get Disney Infinity. So we've got that as well. I've got 2 of those Disney Infinities, and I think they work on it. I think they work on both Xboxes, and we got a few characters from that. So it made these worlds, and you had levels, and it's still quite interesting. It's just I just don't think it's as good as Lego Dimensions. The worlds are they get a bit confusing. I think there's a level of building to do in it. But you got the characters. So we've got loads. We've got like Wreck-It Ralph. We've got Rapunzel, I think, from Tangled, if I'm correct. I might be wrong. We've got Aladdin, Maleficent, Monsters Inc. characters. We got all sorts. We got a box of them, just like we got a box of these. They're bigger characters, and they literally and they just appear in the game as well. So that's fun as well. So there's Lego Dimensions. It's just because that's the sort of games they were making back in that period of time, and it just annoys me that they've took away so much fun from people. It's like why remove it when it was interesting? So like I say, I wasn't going to get it. I was going to do other things like Christmas presents early, like so I've been trying to collect. But in the overall scheme of things, it was like, well, they can wait. You can get them later. It's not going to hurt. Either way, they're still going to get them. And like I say, this price, I've never seen it cheaper than this with the pad. Even though that seems expensive, doesn't it? I've never seen it. I've never seen it any cheaper than that, because people ain't stupid. You do a little research, you see what they're worth, and it's like, who's going to sell it any less? So sometimes you got to just bite the bullet. And I just thought, even if I never play it again, like even if you do never play it again, at least the option's there, and you've got something that's rare. And I think it's always worth grabbing things that are actually rare. Just as a collector's piece. So like I said, even if I never play it, even if you don't bother with it and that, and you still got these characters. I don't know how available these characters are as Lego. Like, not be funny, if I was Googling Gremlins Lego, I mean, does that even exist? I mean, has there ever been I'm not saying it hasn't, I just don't know if there has. Has there ever been a Gremlins Lego? Because if there ain't, the only place to get it then would be on the Dimensions set. So they're obviously available because people had the sets, but then how rare do they become and how expensive do they become? So it goes beyond just a game. Well, that's pretty cool. But it'd be good to be able to showcase this because it is fun. But I've still got some characters to try and grab too. But got to draw a line somewhere. I'm not going to be. I'm in a fortunate position where I don't need any extra characters. But if there's any where I can get it at a reasonable price, then fair enough. Because they were about, like I said, between 10, I think around about 15, £20. Even if it's 25, I can't remember the exact price. So I think that's why it went out. I think that's why they discontinued it, because the cost of the Lego pieces were, if they weren't selling them all the time, like let's say certain ones didn't sell enough, I'm sure it's probably costing Lego money. So I don't know who decided, whether it's the game company or Lego pulled it, but yeah, it's a bit frustrating really. But you've got the characters there anyway, so I think that's pretty fun. But anyway, just thought I'd introduce people to Lego Dimensions. I haven't got the back. Have I got file on here? Nah, it doesn't show anything on the back. It's very boring. Just wordy mess. Is there anything on the inside? Oh, they've got manuals. They've still got the manuals. Oh, manuals are boring too. Yeah, manuals are boring. So that's all that is. Just literally pretty cool though. So I'm getting so much into it. I might even just play it on my 360 for now until the PS5 version comes. And I may record it later if I can be bothered. It's really hard for me to set up the way my camera is. If it has PC, I can just do screen capture and like game capture, and it will just pick it up off my screen, and then it just displays it. Whereas if I do it on any other way, like a game consoles, I have to just use my phone, and it's a whole pissing about because think about that. How do you hold? You can't hold it while you do a controller, so you got to try and prop the phone up somehow. It's an absolute mess. Not very good. And then it's not the same quality. The sound's terrible. It ain't fun. But anyway, hopefully I've done some way to introduce people to Lego Dimensions.